Welcome back to another history video. This is part of the History A specification under the Edexcel exam board. As promised yesterday, this is the Berlin Wall. This is not to be confused with the Berlin blockade, which happened in a different year. Different years. So if you get a question about the Berlin blockade, don't write stuff about the Berlin Wall. And if you get a question about the Berlin Wall, don't write stuff about the Berlin blockade. So how did it start? Well, the USSR and the USA held negotiations to try and solve the problem. However, Khrushchev continued to demand that the Western troops leave the East. However, Eisenhower said no, as it would be humiliating, but they didn't want to start another war, so they held some summits. So the 4 summits. The first one was in May 1959 in Geneva with the 2 presidents. In September 1959 in Camp David with the same 2 presidents. In May 1960 in Paris with the same 2, and then it changed. In June 1961 it was held in Vienna with Kennedy and Khrushchev. So the first 2 summits went quite well, although no solution was agreed. The 3rd summit didn't go very well because a US spy plane had been shot down over the USSR and Eisenhower refused to apologise for that. The final summit was only agreed because of the new president, John F. Kennedy, although neither side were either willing to stand down, so Kennedy began to prepare for nuclear war again. So what happened? Well, Khrushchev backed down as he knew he could not win a nuclear war. As I said in yesterday's video, the USSR just did not have the resources. The Western powers stayed in Berlin, and the Berlin Wall was built from 1969. Contrary to belief, the Berlin Wall was not straight, as it surrounded East Berlin's border, which was almost like a circle. Also, it took ages to build. So, if you say in your exam in 1961 the Berlin Wall was fully built, it wasn't, because obviously East Berlin is a big place and it takes a while to build a wall. Also, another interesting fact from my trip in Berlin last year, I saw this house that was on the border of East and West Berlin, and it was quite interesting because I kind of thought, when I saw it on the itinerary, I kind of thought, what did they do then? But actually the result was exactly as I expected. They built the wall, stopped between the houses, and then on the other side, the western side, obviously they would have had their back gardens, so they nailed the doors, nailed the windows, so that they couldn't get through or let other people through. Any people trying to escape would be shot. Many were killed, unfortunately, and the Berlin Wall, obviously, like I said earlier, stopped the East Germans leaving to the west. This way Khrushchev avoided war, but the USA still looked strong. And that's the end. That's all you need to know about the Berlin Wall for your exam. If you can memorise these facts, great. You know, it's a subtopic that any question can come up on. If you have any questions, please comment down below and I will endeavour to try and answer them for you. See you later.